Hey guys, happy Wednesday, April the 22nd. Um, Today you will be getting information about a Zoom meeting. I think we're going to do it tomorrow, Thursday at 11, just like we did last week. Time seemed to work well for everybody. So be on the lookout for that invitation, and I will see you all at 11 on Thursday. Can you turn it down just a little? So we decided not to record on the driveway today. We came up to the playroom and they get a little bit of tablet time. The playroom is a mess, but that's okay. So here we go. Let's review what we did yesterday on Tuesday. So our money math for yesterday was about this guy, Sean. He's collecting different types of trading cards. And he bought 2 packs of football cards for $4.89 each and a pack of baseball cards for $5.86. So how much did Sean spend on cards? I'm going to show you how I worked it out. But you know that this is scanned and uploaded so that you can check your work and compare it to mine. The total he spent was $15.64. And we know that because first we took the price of the football cards, which was $4.89, and we multiplied it times 2, because we know he bought 2 packs. So $4.89 times 2 gave us $9.78. We take that total of the football cards and we add the cost of the baseball cards, which is $5.86 for 1 pack, and that gives us our total of $15.64. Okay, this is scanned and uploaded so that you can check your answers and compare them to mine. Yesterday's journal writing, we talked about knowing some different job availability in your community. So within Buford, what do you know about growing job opportunities within our community of Buford? So a couple of you guys commented on the Google Classroom.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Girl.
See?
Katie, Amy. Sorry. So what were some opportunities you know about in Buford? Some of you guys talked about the new Publix being open. Some of you talked about creative wear. So a lot of the places you mentioned are places we visited on community skills, which I think is great because you are familiar with what their expectations are there. And if we're looking for our first job within the city of Buford, I think those are places to start. The people that work there already know how hard you guys work and know that you want to do your best. So always keep in mind your community when you're thinking of that first job, okay? And then yesterday for kitchen basics, all the way in the back, you guys did an activity with measuring. So I sent you the link for like a short video.
It's not working, Mommy.
It's not working. Let's see. Hey, I fixed it. What do you say?
Thank you, Mommy.
You're welcome. Just press that button. All right, there you go. What do you say? Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, so you did an activity. I sent you the link to a video, and it was attached to yesterday's YouTube video also, talking about measuring and making sure that you're measuring accurately and appropriately in the kitchen so that your recipes turn out right. Lord knows that we've had times in the past where we've cooked in the classroom and we haven't gotten all the measurements exactly correct, and it doesn't always come out how you want it. I remember a couple years ago when we did those cake in the bowl activities with like Tajay and Magali, and some of them did not turn out how we hoped because we didn't quite pay attention to the exact measurements, and that's so important when cooking. So I'm going to go over those answers with you now, but it's scanned and uploaded. Question 1, what 3 tools do you need to measure? The answer is C. You need measuring spoons, measuring cups, and a glass measuring cup for liquids. Okay, you use the glass measuring cup, kind of the bigger one that has the lines on the side when you're measuring liquids. That's the most accurate. Okay, so question 2, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? So the little one is a teaspoon, the big one is a tablespoon. The answer is C. You need 3 of the little spoonfuls to get 1 of the big one. Question number 3, how many fluid ounces are in a cup? The answer is C again. So 1, 2, and 3 are all C. There are 8 ounces in a cup. Okay? And then finally, question number 4. How do you measure fluids in a measuring cup? So if we're looking at those, the ones we have in the classroom that have the handle and the lines up the side, that's what you're supposed to use for liquids. And the best way to make sure that you have it accurately measured out is to kind of bend down so that the cup is at eye level and you can see if the liquid hits at the appropriate line. So if it's 1 cup, the liquid line should be completely even with the 1 cup marker. Okay, so the answer to number 4 is A. Cool? For today's math warm-up, I will flip there now. Today is the 22nd. So we're talking about Heather, another girl with an expensive nightlife we find in a lot of these warm-ups. Heather bought 2 tickets to the Texans game for $85.38 each. She also bought a Coke for $5.72 and a hot dog for $4.38. How much did she spend altogether? So we know that it's not telling us to make change. It's not telling us or asking us how much money we saved or we got back. We only want a total. So if we're finding a total, we're adding. That's it. Okay, so I want you to set it up like this. Your math warm-up for today. We know that her tickets cost $85.38. 85.38. We're going to then add the cost of the Coke, a very expensive Coke. 5.72. $5.72. Then you're going to also add the cost of this hot dog, which is $4.38. So all of these 3 things are being added together. Use the calculator to check it if you need to. If you're doing it on pencil and paper, make sure that you've lined up the decimals. That's always the most important thing. There should only be 2 digits on the right side of the decimal. That's how many digits should always be there when you're working with money values. Not 1, not 3, always 2. So add those together to find the total that Heather spent for her big night out at the Texans game. And then we can go to today's journal. And today's journal is kind of a funny question, but it's a nice kind of refresher, or a light question is what I mean, really, after some of the deeper questions that you've been answering over the past few days. So this is kind of funny. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to show you how to break it down into simpler terms. So for Wednesday, April 22nd, if you had to choose between a career as a chocolatier, which is a person or company who makes confectionery, such as candy and sweets, from chocolate, or a private detective, which would you choose and why? What makes one career more desirable than the other? Identify 2 pros and 2 cons of each career. Are either of these choices realistic option for you, and explain your reasoning? So to simplify that, I simply want to know, if you had the choice between the 2, would you rather work in a candy factory or as a detective, and why? My answer is quite simple here. If I was not a teacher, I would be a nurse, and if I was not a nurse, I would be a detective. So, I watch too much crime TV, and I love it. So anyway, that's where I stand. I think I would be a good detective, and if I worked in a chocolate factory, that would be bad news. Okay, so today we're going back to interview skills for the um, for the third activity of the day, and then tomorrow will be back to kitchen basics, and then Friday is your chapter 10 for messenger. Okay, chapter 10 is on Friday. Next week, if you have had the chance to review the new calendar that I sent home, we're calling it Read All Week. Okay, everything that you need for next week is already in your binder because we're going to read a chapter a day, just like we were at school. Okay, so we're going to read chapter 11 on Monday, 12 on Tuesday, 13 on Wednesday, 14 on Thursday, and then we'll end the week Friday with chapter 15, and you'll do the short quiz at the end of each of those days. But that'll get us pretty close towards the end of the book because I really, really want to finish it before the end of the school year. Okay, so today we're looking at key traits. And key traits are things that you would like to be able to describe yourself as if you're applying for a job. So I'm going to read this list of these traits and what they mean. And then on the following page, you're going to tell me which of these traits that you possess and why you think you do. Okay? So here's what it looks like. It's under the interview tab in your binder. So I'm going to read each of them to you and kind of make a check next to it if you think that's something that applies to you. Okay? So trait number 1, are you punctual? Punctual means you get there on time. Amy's got a maraca out. Enthusiastic. That means that you're excited about what you do. Cooperative. That means you work well with bosses and coworkers. Maturity. You act grown up, not silly or irresponsible. Accurate. You are careful to do things exactly, whether it's adding numbers or putting together parts. Y'all, she's trying to shake these maracas on, at the dog who is sleeping. Amy, not nice. Where were we? Interpersonal skills. You know how to get along well with lots of different kinds of people. Organizational skills. You can easily find order and systems to make things work well and efficiently. Hey, will you go put those back, please? Well, go shake them over there. Conscientious. That means you take pride in doing a good job. Flexible. That doesn't mean that you can do a split. It means that you can easily change from one task to another. Considerate and helpful. You step up to be kind and take care of others. A fast learner. You pay attention and understand the first time. Team player. You aren't out to be the star at the expense of others. You support everyone in the company. You're motivated. You have a deep desire to do well and succeed. Good communication skills. Your speaking and writing abilities make it easy for you to communicate with coworkers, clients, and bosses. Think ahead. You can see the next 3 steps in a process and plan for them. Okay, so go through this list. A lot of these things I could assign them to different students because I know that you have these qualities. But there are some that we need work on, and I'm the same. I wish that I could say that I had all of these qualities, but I do not. So find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these traits that you think apply to you or that you possess. If you were applying for a job, you could say, I'm punctual, I show up when I'm supposed to, I'm enthusiastic, I have a good attitude, and I'm excited about this work. Pick 5 of them and list them here where it says trait. So if you're enthusiastic, tell me why you think you're enthusiastic. If you think you're punctual, tell me why you think you're punctual. If you're a team player, why do you think that? So you'll list 5 different traits, the order of importance. So if you think being a team player is the most important thing, you put a number 1 next to it. If you think being punctual is the next most important thing, you put a 2 next to it. I'll fill this out for me so that you can see where I kind of rank some of my key traits and why I think they're important to have and how you use them in the workplace. Okay, so that is it for today. A little bit quieter than my attempt to record on the driveway. That was crazy. But at least you get to see some cute kids enjoying themselves in the background. And thank you for excusing the messy playroom. We are just very, very busy around here. I love you all. As I said, I know that in your current notebook, this is where we are. So we only have 2 days left on this calendar, but on my website and in your email, you will find a calendar that gets us through the end of the school year. Okay, next week, only Messenger. There will not be a math warm-up. There will not be career journals. It will only be 5 chapters of Messenger in a whole week. Remember when you were like in elementary school and they had RAD day, read all day, RAD? That is going to be our next week. I think it'll be a fun change of pace. We'll get to go quickly through the book and find out what's going on with Maddie and all of these tradings that are happening. I'm excited. So I love you all. I'll talk to you soon.